Hola, YouTube. What's going on? Today is Friday, March 13th, 2020. We are already in the afternoon. I believe it might just be a quarter of 3 p.m. over here in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Um, this is my first video of the week, and it's just going to be kind of like a talk, like a little chit chat about how the week went by, about certain things that are on my mind that I felt like I really wanted to talk to you guys about. Um, I also wanted to, I'm sorry, you guys know I am unfortunately holding my camera to film this video for you. So if it's all over the place, I really wanted to film like on the other side because you guys will get to see the landscape, and I think a few people said that they loved it because it makes them feel like a lot of like serenity. I could film over here too, which is the front of the house, which I enjoy filming, but just because I feel like my neighbor is actually receiving guests, and I just don't want them to see me, so that's why I'm sitting here. My puppy, our puppy Saraji, you can hear her. The thing with Saraji is that Saraji has not yet been accustomed to being in the cage. I don't think she likes that. She doesn't like it at all. But I also feel like maybe like once I'm done with the video, I'm just gonna try. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, let me just start with this video. So this is the thing, and hold on, let's try. I'll probably cut this off. So, YouTube, this is the first. How was your week? We are today Friday. My week could have been a lot better, but my week wasn't smooth because I had to assert myself in this house, um, and I had to do it a pretty much of a harsh way. And we can talk about that because I feel like it's food for thoughts, and I feel like it's also something for those of you who might feel like when you come to Haiti. So, pretty much, I've been at home for a little bit over a year. At home, there are not many people, as I mentioned to you. It is my parents, one person who takes care of the home. She is hired to clean, to cook, to also wash clothes, and to iron clothes. And she also takes care of the outside of the house, things of the sort. And two one child and another one teen and another young adult, and myself. So pretty much not too much of a lot of people for our culture. Myself, since I've been in Haiti and since I've been back in my parents' house, my motto has been to just keep things to myself, to do what I'm supposed to do, and to let my mother handle her work. However, it's been a little over a year since I've been here, and I had to have to put people back in their place pretty much a hard way, over here. And Tuesday, what happened is like the lady who works with us, she's been working with us for 5 years, I believe. And the thing with people when they work, and that's in all area, I think that you become very complacent, or you become very kind of like, it's sort of like you're comfortable, you've been working for a little time, you're comfortable, and a lot of times it is that you don't really want to do the work to the level that they hired you. Now, the thing with that you will always need to realize and understand is that I don't think that there are many people who would want to be housemaid. Especially like in Haiti, where housemaid in Haiti, the chores can be pretty heavy. So I understand that. But unfortunately, you have to work, and you guys understand that the majority of the people in Haiti do not have an education. So the majority of the people in Haiti have to start off somewhere where they start off like as housemaid. The lady who works with us is an older woman, so I believe she might be in her 50s. Pretty much, I feel like she could stop working, but she's always looking for work. So people in Haiti work till like they cannot no longer work. So what happened? Well, like I said to you before, the lesson that I feel like I had gotten in 2019, like the ending of 2019, as well as entering 2020, sadly, is that I would say the lesson of boundaries. That's something that I have learned. And I say so because my motto has always been yes, I mean, you are the housemaid, and the other girls that lives there, they're not relatives, granted, but I always feel like, hey, I don't have to treat them less than. There's no reason for me to have my nose up in the air and not talk to them, make small talk, engage in conversation and just make them feel at ease because at the end of the day, we all live under one roof. Well, I have understand pretty much I have come to the realization that there needs to be a very strong level of boundaries with people who work in your home and with people who cohabit with you, but they're not, like, unfortunately and sadly, at your level. Why? Because a lot of times it's sort of like, if you, I don't want to say befriend them, but if you make sure that the person is comfortable and the person, then they really overstep their boundaries. And this is something that happened on Tuesday with the lady who actually, takes care of the home. The thing with it is, like, she's hired to take care of the home, as I said to you. So house chores, right? Every morning, I do believe that after my parents left, she has to sweep, mop, and do the house chores. The first thing is that when I came to my parents' home, my mother had a lot of cats because her cats kept having babies. So literally, when I came a year ago, the house was about 5 cats, and the mother had 2 kittens. And the thing with kittens, I don't know if you own animals, is that usually a cat will hide to do their doo doo. But because these kittens are, like, we would say domestic kittens, it's kind of like they'll just do it anywhere, right? They'll do it like anywhere, right? So I well, the lady doesn't want to clean after she didn't want to clean after the cats. The thing is, like, if you wake up in the morning and you see it, I mean, you could pick it up because the cats would, like, throw all type of craziness upstairs, and it's like so annoying for me to get up and be like, oh, because if you've never smelled cat doo doo, you gotta clean it. It's like, oh. But still, you do it. They are animals. But the reality is, guys, for those of you who've never been in Haiti, it's like the Haitian people don't even really like humans, let alone animals. So what I found with this woman when I came in is that she would actually abuse the animals. She would abuse the cat. She would abuse the first dog that we had, and I was not having it. I was not. That's when she saw my true color. When I realized that she was doing it, and the worst thing is, like, she was lying about it. So that was like in January of 2019. So as soon as I came in, I nipped it in the bud, and she went a good 2 months without speaking to me, which I didn't really give a damn, because what you're not going to do, because the thing with it is, like, my mother had what my mother did. My mother paid her money. My mother was like, you can leave if that's how you're gonna do. So she was upset, and she felt a particular way because she probably thought that I wasn't going to say anything, or whatever the case may be. So now we have this new puppy, right? When the new puppy came, she had a huge problem with it because she does not, even with when my mom got the first dog, it's kind of like when I first came here, the kids would tell me that every time my mom got a dog, the dog would die. Every time my mom got a dog, the dog would die. So when my mom got Belkis, which is the first puppy, I was like, but I know she tried a lot. She even hit the dog with a broom. She did. And that's the incident that prompted me to say to my mom, hey, this is what happened and this is what happened. And my mom kind of like told her, okay, you need to go. And my mom, the thing with my mom is that, like, I feel like when people work with you, you still, like, don't be emotional about it, right? Because the thing with my mom is, like, she would react like really angrily, but then after that, once that woman starts to cry or starts to do certain things, like, my mom would just kind of like, forgive, and she still would be working here. I don't have that style. For me, I feel like you working here. I don't care how many years that you have. You still have your job. You still have your occupation. If you do something that you're not supposed to do, guess what? You can go, and I'm paying you. But anywho, so Saraji has been here with us for a little bit over 2 weeks, right? And she was not happy that Saraji was there, right? She was not happy that Saraji was there because she probably felt that it was going to be more work for her, which is like, you really are not going to care for the dogs. All you have to do is make sure that the dogs have water. In the morning, we feed the dogs. But she had an issue with that. So, anyways, when she had the issue with that, the first day that Saraji came in, the second day we put her in the cage so that she could get used to it, because in Haiti we cage our dog. Well, in my parents' house it's always been like that. The dogs are caged during the day, and then at night they step out. It is a way for them to kind of get feisty, and not get too friendly with humans, so that they guard the house, right? So when Saraji came, and I could see that she didn't like Saraji, but Saraji is going to be a huge dog because she is a Berger Allemand. That's the thing. And because I knew that she doesn't like animal, that woman is so evil. When I tell you she's so evil, because I know that she doesn't like animal, I would come down often to check on Saraji, making sure that Saraji was cool. And I overheard her say something, and my mom caught that one afternoon. And when she said whatever she said, my mom was like, if you feel like you're going to have, my mom was like, if you feel like you're going to have a problem with the dog, I suggest that you leave, because you know what? I paid 450 American for my dog, and nothing is going to happen. She started to say things like, oh my God, why are you guys feeling like, I don't like the dogs, blah, 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 blah. The first day I come down to check on Saraji, I'm like checking on Saraji, and I realized that Saraji, like the side of the cage was totally wet, as if she wet the dog. But another thing that I realized is, like, every time that the dog saw her, the dog would like hide. So if you want to know, and if you want to have a feel of people, put them around animals and put them around children. That's how you're going to know if that person is good of heart. Put them around animals and put them around children. So when I realized that Saraji was doing this, I started to look at her like, and I looked at her, I was like, don't tell me that you hit my dog. And she was like, oh my God, da 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 da, the dog just got here. How could I, da 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 da. So I didn't say anything. So when my mom came in the afternoon, I said to my mom, you know what, I don't believe that she hit the dog, but I'm going to say that I think she's wetting the dog purposely, right? So when I said this to my mom, excuse me, my mother had another talk with her, and okay, so that was that. So come Tuesday, usually pretty much she's hired to do the house chores, so she doesn't really step outside of the house unless she actually has to go out to go get some stuff. So on Tuesday, one of the girls was here, the younger one, she was here, and then I realized that she left the house and she just never came back. So when she never came back, I wanted the girl to go to the supermarket for me, so she needed to come back so that the girl could leave. And then I was like, where did she go? She stayed out legit for like almost an hour. So when she came back, I said, so why did you go out? Like, something happened? Why were you out? She was like, with that big swim. I said, oh really? I didn't say anything to her. I went upstairs because I said to myself, you know what? If she thinks that I'm going to be arguing with her, this is not going to happen. But if she wants me to report, fine, I'll report to her boss, because I'm not paying you, because I already told her. If it were for me, boo, you would have never been here. For your attitude, for the way that you work, you would have never been here anymore. So anyways, so then I'm upstairs, I'm getting some work done. I'm all the way upstairs, guys. She's all the way downstairs. I'm hearing her as if she's next to me. She's talking loud, she's laughing. And mind you, I'm trying to get some work done, so I go downstairs. When I go downstairs, I say to her, why are you talking so loud? She pretends that I'm not even around her. So I say, so and so, like, I'm talking to you. She doesn't answer to me. So I don't say nothing. I said, so and so, you know what? I'm actually working upstairs, so I would really appreciate if you would turn it down. Like, I say it like that. Guys, I haven't even turned my back to her. I heard her talk so loud, yo. I turn around, I bark at her that time. She was so shook. Like when I tell you I bark, I was like, I went crazy on her. When I did this, I know fucking everybody heard me in this goddamn neighborhood. I not only did I bark at her, but I told her exactly what I thought about her. She stayed quiet. And then for the remaining of the day, I never heard from her until now. We are Friday. She stayed quiet. Now, for me to go off at her like that, and of course I did report to her boss, and I said, hey, you know what, this is what happened, this is what happened. I had to go off, and I just can't have that. I said to my mom, you know what, I really cannot have that because I'm grown, she's way old. Like, I don't need to tell her what to do, what not to do, how to act, how not to act. So then my mom again had to talk with her, so I know she was real peace and legit, right? So I come to you and I share this little story with you because I need for you to understand. So, because after this happened, I started to ask myself, okay, what made her feel that she could do this shit? Like, while you work here, there needs to be a level of respect. Not because I'm your boss or I'm the daughter of the boss, but just a level of respect. You know, there's not many people here. You're speaking to the girl, she's right next to you. There's no need for you to, like, really talk so loud. And I also felt like she really was doing this to being annoyed to me. And then I started to tell myself, well, it's because you've befriended her. It's because there's no boundaries between you and her. It's because you made her feel very comfortable with you to the point where she felt like, hey, you know what? Because the thing is, like, I'm a pretty compassionate person. And like I said to you before, yes, you are hired to do the dishes, to do everything, but I'm not so mean that I don't see that you actually wake up every day like 4 o'clock. You already up. You got to make sure that you prepare the food for everybody to go out. Then you have to clean up. Then you have to wash clothes. Then you have to iron clothes. Then you have to cook dinner, and then you gotta, do the dishes all over. So what I used to do, when I came, because I have my gloves and everything, it's only myself and my parents. It doesn't kill me to do the afternoon dishes, so I would always do the afternoon dishes because I know she gotta wash the utensil that she used for the dishes. And then one thing that I've realized when I was doing that, I realized that she got comfortable. She got real comfortable to the point where it was like, if I don't do the afternoon dishes, like my parents would eat probably like around 5. But sometimes if I eat lunch and at 1 and I don't eat until like 6:30, and I would come down and I would still see the dishes. So I had to nip it at the bud. So the entire month of January and February, I had to cut this shit off because I realized that she was waiting on me to do the dishes for her. And I said, oh, no, 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 we're not going to have that because I need for you to realize that I'm doing you a favor, but this is still your job. This is part of your chores. This is what you get paid to do. So when I went off with her like that, you know, because guys, like the thing with me is that sincerely, I do not like confrontation. I am not afraid of conflict and confrontation, but I don't like it. I don't think anyone likes to argue with people and to because it's like you get a headache, people throw you off your balance, you're not happy, whatever, whatever. So I just had to sit with myself and I said, okay, did you overreact? And I realized that no, you did not overreact. As a matter of fact, you should have nipped these things at the bud a long time ago. And I said, okay, so why was, and I realized, as I mentioned to you, I realized that the reason that all of these things happen is because, I'm here. Like the thing with I don't want to say Haiti. It's with anything. The thing with it is like, sometimes I don't like to say you got to keep people at their level. I really don't. But the thing with it, I will say this much. I just feel like you really need to be very assertive and you really just kind of like have to have that boundaries. I didn't have it when I first came in. Like, I just make sure that people understood because the thing is like, you're still human. But I remember my father would always say this to me. He would always say that you really, need to understand that people need to stay at their place and you're not understanding that people now guys the reason this is not where I wanted to film. I wanted to film like right there. But if I show you the like she didn't clean shit. Let me tell you how she is too. So I told you we have 2 girls who lives with us. One of them is old enough now. She's like in her I think she's like 26. The other one is 14. The lady who works here, she acts as if the younger girl is her maid. She acts as if that younger girl is her maid, meaning all the chores that she feels like she don't want to do, she got the girl to do it for her. She, like, it's like I'm at the point where I said to myself, oh, okay, if that's how she's going to act, if that's how she's going to be, I don't have a problem. I'll just film certain things. I'll take pictures of certain things and I'll forward this shit to my mom so that when my mom talks to her and my mom says so and so da 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 da, and she says no, my mom can show her the picture. Now I know I'm going to look like the bad guys because, like I said to you, that is so not my style. Like I just would close my eyes, but the thing is because of the fact that she did what she did to me on that Tuesday, I really feel like, okay, I really need to show you that you are not here to do anything but what they pay you to do. Simple. Very simple. So anyways, I brought this to your attention because, like I said to you, it's kind of like she did not clean anything in the house like this morning. Oh, let me tell you something, okay? I know that I'm overdue to leave this country, but I just feel like, I was thinking, it's like these issues sadly will always continue because people, that's the thing. That's the other thing that I wanted to say. Like when you live in a house in Haiti, let's just say people like myself, right? People who have means. There is a sense of fear or a sense of you being uncomfortable with other people that don't have that level that might just live with you, right? And I used to not feed into these things. I used to not feed into these things because I felt like, it really just kind of like we're all humans at the end of the day, and we need, on a toujours besoin d'un plus petit que soi, meaning we all need each other in this life. We need her just like she needs us. My mom would not be able to do all the things that she does because she would need someone to take care of these chores. So there's no need to feel like you're better than the next person. However, unfortunately, there is the realization that comes in that, you know, that person will never really fully like you. Why? Because that person understands that there is a certain level that you are that they can never be, because at least there's no found like education, there's no foundation. Do you understand? The other day when I came from the salon and I was walking, so she opened the gate for me, right? So usually, like when she opens the gate for me, I'll come in, but I'll let her walk be in front of me because I don't like anybody to walk behind me like that. But that day, I don't know. I guess God wanted me to see certain things, so I just came in. So she closed the door, and as I was walking in, right, I just turned, and you should see the way that bitch was looking at me. Yo, when I tell you that if looks could kill, and I said, "Look at you, bitch! Look at you looking at me." But then, as soon as I turn around, you should see how like her entire facial expressions just switch off. So this to tell you that these little things happening here makes me understand what I've always known. I remembered when I first came in, my sister had someone who used to work for her, right? And then out of the blue, the lady had been working for her for, I'm not so sure if it's a few months or a few years, not a few years, because the thing with my sister's husband is that he doesn't play that shit. My mom is a lot more tolerant. My mother is like extremely tolerant. Like my mother and I, we don't have that degree of tolerance. Like I'm not tolerant. If there's one thing about me, you gotta do your chores. Like I don't have that patience that my mom has. But my sister's husband, boo, you blink, he's telling you thank you so much. Like he's not having that. So tell me why. I remember that when I first came in, maybe like a month of me coming in, that was last year, and my sister came home and I overheard her sharing with my mom that she had to let the lady who works for her go because she was coming from the supermarket and she had done some, a market for her children, and the lady said to her, like, I guess in the afternoon, or if she asked the lady to like help her, I don't know how, if it was an afternoon, but that same day, right, that she brought the stuff, the lady said to her, I don't know, she must have asked the lady for something, and the lady said to her, oh, you know what, I have to go home because, let me say it in Creole for the people who are speaking Creole, and then I'll say it in English. So she was like, basically, oh, for my la kay mwen, parce que mwen se mwen blanche mwen bougie ba petit mwen manger ba mal dégager mal bougie mwen blanche ba petit mwen. So pretty much for my non-Creole speaker, I had to say it in Creole like that for my Creole speaker so that they really understood what I was saying. For my non-Creole speaker, basically, she was saying that she had to go home because she's about to cook like a nothing for her children, stuff like that. So that's all the envy. So when she said it, my sister's husband overheard it, and he was like, no, we can't have her here because obviously she is envious. So that's really what goes on when in this video is going to air after the video that I talked about with the precaution that you have to take with the people who work in your home. And this goes to these things. For example, like I said to you, I've been in my zen mode, like, and pretty much I haven't. If you paid attention to the video, what I said, things I've learned from living in Haiti, I said to you in 2019 that I just paid attention to my business, but I feel like because my parents are pretty much out all day, right? So you gotta assert yourself. They have to understand that game met kai too. They gotta understand like there's a presence. They gotta understand that. Like for the most part, I don't bother people. You guys know I work from upstairs. You know, I don't really receive people. I don't ask her to do shit for me. But she can really overstep that boundaries and nip it at the bud, nip it at the bud. So yeah, so I just felt like I really wanted to share this with you guys, you know, just to tell you how the week went. So it's already 26 minutes, but I'm only going to film one video for the day. So what is the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about? So aside from that, really, and these little minor things happening, that I just felt like, okay, you know, you gotta step in and say something. What has been going on? Well, I have been good. You know, I've been really, really good. You know, this whole coronavirus, I really wasn't paying attention to it. I wasn't paying attention to the coronavirus. I wasn't really focused on it. You guys know how I feel. I always feel like people are kind of like, I always feel like people, or I always feel like, the news always put things and make people a lot scary. But when I received some news, and I've received not only some news, but I was like, they, you know, some I forwarded for you guys in the community that, you know, there was a bus that was coming from the Dominican Republic. They said that the bus must have had like some people who were infected, and they came to Haiti. And I was like, oh my God, that was like what, 2 days ago. I was like, Haiti is receiving people who are sick. I was like, what is this? How do you receive people that are sick in a country? I mean, have you ever been to Haiti? People live on top of people. God forbid that the coronavirus hit Haiti. Like, so I feel like this was, it just gave me a lot of worries for Wednesday, Thursday. It gave me a lot of worries, you know, thinking about that made me panic. So anyway, so this is a gift that I have received from my oldest sister who came back from Senegal. It is so beautiful. It matches my nails. Look at this. Initially, you are subject to see this outfit because I was like, this is so good. I was gonna wear like a shirt that has multicolored, but just because I felt like wearing something suiting, so that's why I was like, let's just wear this. I love this. Like, I love things like that. I don't know the beads, like what it is. It is so beautiful. Look at this. She also brought me a baobab oil. The baobab oil is going to help me because I really, let me tell you the thing. Okay, so I haven't really been doing any makeup. I've been filming only once, max twice a week, but once a week. So I haven't really worn any makeup because I've been really into my whole skincare regimen. The thing with it is I was out of oil. Usually I would use the rose oil. That was done, but then there's another oil that I found There's another oil that I found. Um, I found the oil. Where did I find this oil? There's another oil that I found in the supermarket, right? And I would kind of like, there's another oil that I found in the supermarket, but I didn't find it. So while my sister was over there, I actually asked her to get some oud for me. If you guys not done, I love the oud, which is like African oil that you would put. They have different spiritual meaning, but they also smell super super good. She didn't find it, so I really wasn't expecting her to bring any oil, but she got the baobab oil. And last night I did a lot of research on it, and it's supposed to be super good for the skin and the hair. Now, I used it last night, and I'm going to be very honest. I know I'm not like, when I woke up this morning, my face felt. But yesterday I did a total face facial too. So that's the other thing. Yesterday I did a total face facial. I did a mask. I did a scrub. I did everything. And then last night I used the oil. I washed my face. I did the oil. So my face looked pretty good. So I have how many scars on my face? You guys know that I pretty much have clear skin, but living in Port-au-Prince, like even when I don't go out, it affects my skin. That's how you know that the environmental is bad, when you're just at home and your skin can get affected. So pretty much, I have a scar here. I have a scar here, and I think I have a scar here, and I just realized that I have these little things. I am going to do a little video for you sometime this week about little products that I've been using here in Haiti. Nothing big, just little products that I've been using here in Haiti that you guys can kind of like see. I'll take a pictures of my face and do a before and after, so you got that we can see. But I'm very happy that I got this oil. She also got me a super super gorgeous cape with beautiful African print, something that, wow, I can't wait to rock this. If you guys don't know, which you probably know, I prefer to dress in African attires than, especially when I'm doing events, because then it just makes your presence known. That's how I feel. It also differentiates you from the crowd. It just makes you stand out. So whenever I want to attend different meetings or events, I like to have some pieces that are very very different, pieces that are either like from my country or just something very different, like stuff like this, like just really really nice. I like that. Okay, what is the next thing that I also wanted to share with you? Like I said, today I just kind of like, because I didn't film all week, I was like, you know what? I still want to come in and do one video a week if I can, just like, just to say hello. I have a collaboration video that is coming up. I knew that the collaboration video was going to be really intense, and it requires for me, because I don't want to do it and not have it being very factual. So I started to do my research on it, and it's really 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 just very, it's just very kind of like intense, you know what I mean? It's very intense, the collaboration video. So I started to do my research. I can't wait to do it now. I'm taking my time, doing my research, but also taking my time to do it. So I'm going to assume that the collaboration video is going to come up. I'm going to say safely that we can say that it's going to come up at the end of March, most definitely. It's going to be a great video. I am definitely working on it. It's going to be like, okay, the birds. It's going to be, excuse me, a very, 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 very great video, right? So I'm starting to have my energy back, like my energy level back, in terms of like getting some work done. There's a lot of things that I've been working on behind. So right now I'm securing some contract, securing some things. So it's good to see that my energy level is there. I I'm just really kind of like working on myself, I'm working as to my sanity. I'm working as to not letting people um I'm working as to not letting people kind of like, I don't want to say dull my shine, but not letting people's action bother me. I think that's what I want to say. Like kind of like creating my own safe space. Unfortunately, with 2020, I find that 2020 came with so many, negative things like the death of Kobe Bryant, the whole coronavirus. My friend, both friends, my girlfriends that I told you about, they are suffering major losses. Like, I feel like a lot of people are dying, like 2020. Like, that's really how I feel. Hold on. That's really how I feel. I feel like a lot of people are just like dying in 2020. And when I really kind of like sit and I think about myself and I think about the life that I'm living, I have to say that I'm really grateful, guys. Like, I'm really grateful that I was able to make a swift turn and that I was able to go toward a direction that I found was good for me. Because a lot of time we do directions, but the direction is not so good for us. So I'm really, really happy that I was able to go into a direction that I felt like, what, that's the direction that's going to go for me. Because the reality of it is you really have one life to live, right? I do believe in reincarnation, but for the most part, you have one life to live. And when you have one life to live, it's kind of like, when you have one life to live, it's kind of like, you got to protect that life. You got to make sure that you live that life to the best of your ability. Excuse me. Like, I'm not quite where I would want to be, but I don't think I'm so far off. Me and my friend, my girlfriend, we were talking about that. What are we, 3 minutes in? So me and my girlfriend, I was talking about, excuse me, I was talking to her. She went to the funeral of her, she went to the funeral of her neighbor, right? And her neighbor died suddenly, and her neighbor, she had mentioned to me that she felt like her neighbor has been someone who's always lived a different life. Like, she hasn't really lived her life the way that she wanted to, the way that she would want to live the life. As a matter of fact, you know what, let me cut this off because it's already like 30 and plus minutes. So let's make another video. I think that I might just have time to make something else for you. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget that I run consultation. If you are interested in doing business in Haiti, or if you want to run a project in Haiti, do consult the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.